Hi friends, welcome back. I'm Juan here at The Wonderful Life. I want to go ahead and get started because I have a massive Funko haul that has been put off for a long time. I have 10 plus pops to share with you today. Starting with Funko Pop 1756. This is Simon from Adventure Time. This is a Funko Shop exclusive. Simon is actually the Ice King. There's the glam there. It's part of this release here where it shows the female version of Finn and Jake, which is Fiona and Cake. I really want them so bad. They're not in this haul, unfortunately, but they are on the list. Here he is. He looks so good. I love his little spectacles at the bottom there. He has that look on his face because this crown is essentially cursed. Again, I love the detail of the hair with his little white swoop. It continues through here. Very nice. He has his little bow tie and his vest, his little suit there. Here's a better look at the crown. He did come with a stand because, of course, it's very top heavy. It's actually a very light pop. Yes, you'll need the stand just because his legs are pretty skinny. It's a light pop, but it will fall over without the stand, unfortunately. The next Funko I'm sharing is the Statue of Liberty. This is part of the Pop Icons line. This is number 100 for that line. This is an FOA Shorts exclusive. You have to be able to go into the store here in New York City to actually purchase one. I'm actually grateful because they're not sold out. Came out during New York Comic Con last year, and so I was like, oh, that's on my list, and I didn't end up picking it up till late March. So if you're interested, hit me up on Instagram and I can see if I can pick one up for you. But aside from that, it's just such a great pop because there's another pop that was Statue of Liberty, but it was for the Spider-Man movie. Not the same. You can see here the glam, and I just love that they have all this beautiful detail of the Art Deco in the green and the gold. And it is a standalone figure. It says Liberty here, and it has the torch and more of that beautiful Art Deco artwork. So this is what she looks like. Oh my gosh. I just love it because they have the patina here. And they have the crown, which is open. You know, people go up to see the view from the crown. I can see the Statue of Liberty multiple ways, you know, whether where I live or from work. But I have yet to actually gone to the Statue of Liberty. We have the torch here, which has a gold detail here. And you see it has a tablet here. It says July 4th. We are at the 250th mark for our baby country, 250 years. 2026, and my how we have fallen. All is not lost, people. We can get it back. I just love it that it's not the pure patina. They do have like elements of where it's rusting, beautiful folds on the robe, her hair. Definitely earned its place as an icon. Now we're heading up to Vermont for Nevermore. And one of the starlets of Nevermore Academy, we have Wednesday Addams, and this is her in her Raven dress, where she does her iconic dance that went viral. This also was purchased at FOA Shorts, and I was so happy that they had it. When I went and got them, obviously I had birthday money, so this did not cost me anything. And it was part of the second wave line here. You can see Wednesday, Enid, Bianca, Barkley, and Marilyn Thornhill all in their outfits for the Raven dance. So here we have the teenage Gukumuk here. I love that her nails are painted. You can see the belt. She does come on a stand because you notice how the feet are pointed inward. She has freckles, and I just love the way she did her hair with the braiding. You can see more of that detail here in the back. Just gorgeous. And more detail of this beautiful dress. It's a gorgeous dress if you see it in the series. And then Thing got his 5-finger discount for it. Just an iconic scene, and definitely knew that I needed it part of the collection. Spoilers ahead. Next, we have one of the latest releases for the Wednesday series, Funko number 1872. We have Tyler Galpin, but they have him here in a straitjacket, and the only time we really see him in a straitjacket is at the end of season 1 when they take him away. So for me, it's a little bit of a bummer because we don't get him in his like chain form. I would really hope that they would do like a 6-inch of him as the hide. But he was released with this series here. So you can see we have the Wednesday, we have Enid, Bianca, Morticia, and Pugsley. I already have Pugsley, Morticia, and this Wednesday. And here he is. So I like they have the little detail of the scratching across his face because he did get into a fight with Enid when she was in a werewolf. So those wounds are applicable. You have his messy hair. And there he is in the straight jacket, his little toesies. And in the back, you can see all the buckles there. Really nice detailing on the folding of the fabric. Not the best paint job. You can see bleeding here on the sides, but that has been unfortunately an expected feature with some of these mass-produced Funko Pops. Overall, still happy to have him. I was actually able to get him at Box Lunch. I had Box Lunch money. Next, we have Funko 1816, Enid Sinclair. This is from the series. This is her from season 2. I don't have any season 1 pops of her. Here's the glam. You can see her featured there with her little outfit. She's having coffee, and I do love the color in her hair. And again, she is part of this Funko line. Initially, when I saw this small, I was not a fan, but I do love her little outfit. She has a bow tie on. It's very semi-androgynous, and she does have her little coffee because they do have a little coffee cart, and I forget what it's called, but I'll put it here. I also love the detail of her stockings that they ripped, and her boots look really nice, and I love that her nails are painted black and pink. She has a little makeup highlights here, the pink here, and then she has this beautiful ombre pink into this periwinkle blue that goes around. She has butterfly clips. Again, beautiful hair mold, something that you can't see in the box, so it's very much appreciated. And I just like how the jacket is cropped here, and you can see her skirt. Really, really nice details. Again, I wish that they had a 6-inch pop of her as a werewolf. Very interesting styling, you know, it's slightly goth, and you know, she embodies people who enjoy dark stuff and the brighter things. Next, we have Funko 1817, and this is Bianca Barclay. She is a siren, so that means that she can control people with her siren song for a moment. She is gorgeous. We have her here, and she's wearing a very tomboyish uniform, and she is part of the same series. Here she is, really beautiful color here. She does wear her hair very short. This is what I mean by she went for a tomboyish look for her uniform. She has a tie in her jacket. She's wearing these slacks. This little blob in her hand is actually like this Egyptian medallion. I'll put it here. It's like a scarab. It's supposed to be a charm to where she can wear it. When she's talking normally, she's not putting people accidentally under her spell. It's just another look of her. Here's the back of her uniform. Again, baggy. Very interesting choice there. She does play a pivotal role for season 2, so highly recommend watching it if you're not caught up. The latest addition to the Wednesday line, we have Agnes DeMille, Funko 1871. This is the newest character introduced in season 2. Yeah, not the most inspiring mold. Definitely a bonus pop because it's not included within the original release. So this is part of the second release for this line. Here she is. She does have her signature bangs here. Again, wonderful molding. She has her hair in pigtails because she is a huge fan of Wednesday. She wants to be just like her. She is her quote-unquote stalker. Again, spoilers. Again, the bleeding, not that great. I do love the lashes. She is a freshman, so her uniform is pretty distinct. She's actually holding Wednesday's coffee order because she gets Wednesday her coffee every morning. Useful lackey until she's not. A great addition. I was skeptical. I'm always skeptical when they introduce new characters. I'm just like, what are they going to bring to the storyline? She was actually pivotal in making this season a success. I'm always impressed with young actors and what they can pull off. Kudos to the actress. Initially was not going to get them. Again, I had box lunch money. I was like, why not? Her power as an outcast, she can turn invisible. Again, season 2. Watch it before season 3 comes out. Okay, shifting gears, we have Milo here from Atlantis, The Lost Empire. This is Funko 1661. I know I'm twinning with Meg over at Megalay as a Geek. I originally had no plan in collecting anything from the Atlantis line. It's actually not one of my favorite Disney films. He is voiced by Michael J. Fox, and there's only 2 Funkos released in this series, him and Kida, which is a gorgeous Funko. Don't think I'll get her though, because the only reason I got this is because I am only interested in collecting like the Disney princes or like the male leads, with the exception of a few Disney princesses. That was the whole thought process in picking this up. Here he is. I do love his glasses. They're so cool. He has the signature hair part that you would see maybe from the 90s. It is actually indicative of his timeline. His outfit looks amazing. His little satchel there. He has the book there. I love the color scheme of the green. Here's the back. You can see the hair difference. Love that fade. The billowing of his jacket. It's very in action. I love the strap here. This bag is greatly detailed. It's almost as if I can take it off of him, which would have been cool. Great profile. Just a wonderful pop. Yeah, not one of my favorite Disney movies, but I do appreciate the steampunk aesthetic of it all. Next we have Peter Pegasus. Now this is an older pop. It came out for the 80th anniversary of Fantasia, so this is like maybe 5 years old now. I didn't pick it up initially. I finally was able to add it. They had restocked it on Funko's website. I said, why not? Here's the glam. Yes, it was part of the 80th. Essentially, I have all these Funko Pops. Still looking for the Hyacinth Hippo. She is on my list. This is Funko 989. There he is. He's a tiny little guy. I do love the purple against the black, the different purple of his hooves, and the color detail in his wings. His little mane here, his little tail. I wish this actually was not him sitting. I wish they had him in flight. Hope like on one of those clear stands that they put on the Funkos that make them levitate. Easy enough. His eyes are this stark white as opposed to the black. That definitely gives it a lot of contrast. I have the pink of his little ears. Not the most inspiring mold. At least I'm one step closer to completing this Fantasia line. Of course, I collect Fantasia, so it was a must. Now we're in nightmare mode. We have the Headless Horseman here from Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow. This is Funko 1945. I do have the Ichabod Entertainment Earth exclusive, but I was able to get him at a good price, so I said, why not? It is no secret, I do not like paying full price for Funko Pops. Overall, it's a very cool mold. I do collect Sleepy Hollow, and it's part of this line. So I do have the exclusive Ichabod Crane, so the variation of that, but still missing the Katrina Van Tassel. Eventually I will pick her up, but she was not going on sale. She has not had a good discount, so I'm hoping, they don't get vaulted before I decide to pick them up. Here he is. Yeah, this actually is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. He has his little razor sharp teeth there. This is the Hessian soldier. He sharpens his teeth to make himself more menacing on the battlefield for the revolutionaries, because the Hessians were fighting on the behalf of the British. This is real documented history. You can see his outfit there. It's so freaking cool. I love the details there. It's almost like this breastplate is similar to the tree that he's buried under in the film. This film came out in the late 90s, so I'm not spoiling anything by now. He has his signature sword there. The hilt looks like it's a serpent head. He has his axe there. He means business. He definitely is going to get your head. Just look at the detail of that cape. My gosh. Gorgeous. Great hair. Once again, it's pretty wild. Pretty cool. Again, I love this film and watch it every chance I get, even outside of Halloween. Next, we have Funko 111. This is Nightmare Freddy out of the Pop Games line for Five Nights at Freddy's. I just thought this was one of the coolest depictions. I did get that Freddy Fazbear Loungefly, have some bitty pops, so I wanted to get something that was a little more extreme when it comes to the spooky factor. It's actually part of this line here. You can see Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy the Pirate, and Springtrap. So, all on my list. I definitely had to pick up this Nightmare Freddy because he'll be wonderful to display. Here he is, so menacing. I love the tears and his red eyes, those sharp teeth. I do like how they are painted metallic, so they have nice shine to them. Really, really cool. Those teeth are crazy. You can see the deterioration here. His little hat and more of that torn detail in the back. Really, really fun. Not the biggest Five Nights at Freddy fan, but kind of just fell into it because it is pretty nostalgic. This is exactly what you think of when you're a kid at Chuck E. Cheese, that this could happen to one of those animatronics. It is the stuff of nightmares. Very aptly named. Here we have Funko 109, one step back. We have Foxy the Pirate. This came out last year. Again, was not interested in collecting any of these. It just spoke to me. I kind of am kicking myself because they did have a cosplay at New York Comic Con of Foxy, and that sold out so fast. Sometimes you just never know what you're missing out on. Here he is here. Out of his brethren in the grouping, he is the most deteriorated. You can already see the exposed workings here. Again, I do appreciate the metallic finish. He has a hook here. You can see his exposed feet and his little crazed expression there. His little patch. And the metal details for his ears. Really, really cool. Here's what the back looks like. Again, more of that deteriorating detail there. Super fun, and I would be terrified if this was coming at me. We're in the home stretch. Thank you so much for joining me this far. We have the 2025 Fall Convention Limited Edition exclusive of Brainiac. I love collecting the villains for DC. In my mind, I love the idea of having my own personal Legion of Doom. I just grew up remembering watching the Justice Friends, I think that's what it was called. Whenever they had the Legion of Doom show up, led by Lex Luthor, one of the members was Brainiac. This is not the green version, this is his future tech version. And really, really cool. So cool. So happy that they came out with this. Brainiac has a crazy backstory. This is a standalone figure. Here he is. Signature Brainiac trifecta there. I love the pink against this metallic. It looks so freaking cool. So much detail. You can see he has claw there with his hand. Love this hexagon pattern. He has more tools at his dispense with this back here, these coils. Really, really cool. Lots of movement there. It's not just a static figure. Super fun and quite the nemesis of Superman. Absolutely love this. I do want the other Brainiac though. That is on my ISO for sure. Speaking of Justice League, we have my favorite series, which is Justice League Dark, featuring Constantine, my bisexual boyfriend. Absolutely love him. This is wonderful that they came out with this. This is him sitting in a graveyard. We'll take it out in a second. This is not the Constantine of Keanu Reeves. There was a Constantine live action character. He did a great job, and I just love this character in every depiction. Here we have a forlorn Constantine sitting in a graveyard. As soon as I saw this come out, I was like, I need this right away. So he is part of this line. This is number 616. He also had Zatanna and Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing, not my favorite character. Zatanna, she's badass. This is the one I really wanted. I might add her later down the line because I do love the look of the magic coming out of her hat. He's the one that I knew I could not miss out on. Gosh, y'all. This is phenomenal. Here he is chilling in the graveyard. We have these details, zombie hands coming out, grabbing his coat there. He looks like he could care less. We have another hand here, another hand here. You come to the back. You see this guy popping out. So fun. You're like, that's fun. That is hilarious. It's like getting two pops in one. That is so cool. And then of course they have this really ornate crumbling tombstone. It does have the all-seeing eye here. Illuminati, whatever you want to think of. That's such a great motif. He's just like, it's another day. Another day for the paranormal. So awesome. This is such a great pop. Nice wide base there. He's staying out of box because there's no way. Like, he's going to make a beautiful display piece. Absolutely obsessed. If you are a fan of John Constantine, jump on it. Do not wait. You will not regret having this part of your collection. Again, his hair is done wonderfully. Keanu Reeves, if you want to do another movie, this is the look you got to come up with. Wow. I really have no words. I just think this is really cool. They did have a Pop Pride line of him with like the Pride colors. I thought that was cute. I stopped collecting those after a while. I do have one of the first releases of those. Sometimes the colors don't look great on everything. You don't need the colors to understand. That was it. Thank you so much for joining me. Comment down below which one is your favorite. If I had to pick a favorite, it obviously is going to be John Constantine. He just looks so good. I love all these pops. A huge thanks to all my subscribers who support means the world to me. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if someone thinks they might like it. I will be back with more. Can't tell you when. So until then, stay safe and stay wonderful. Bye.